Imagine waking up tomorrow, gentlemen, and taking just a single spoonful of something so basic you probably already have it right there in your kitchen. And then, within just a few weeks, your blood is flowing more freely, your energy is returning, and you're feeling that confidence you thought was gone forever. No prescriptions, no operations, no uncomfortable trips to the doctor, just one spoonful each morning. And here's the amazing part. Science suggests it can be even more effective for blood flow down there than many expensive options on the market. I'm Dr. Anya Sharma. For over 3 decades, I've dedicated myself to helping men over 60 regain their strength, improve their circulation, and rediscover the vitality they thought was behind them. I've worked with countless men, listened to their concerns, and guided them toward results they never thought possible. The truth might just surprise you. The secret to restoring healthy, powerful blood flow isn't some brand new pill or an exotic supplement. It's a completely natural ingredient you've probably passed by countless times. And when you consume it in the right way, it can transform your health from the inside out. Today, I'm going to reveal exactly what this ingredient is, why one spoonful a day can make such a significant difference in your circulation, and how it can help you feel more alive, more confident, and more like yourself again. And please stay with me, because in just a few moments, I'll share a simple morning tweak that can boost this effect by up to 3 times. It's something so quick and easy, you can start tomorrow and feel the difference before you know it. Before we get started, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss another doctor-approved tip designed specifically for men over 60. And if this message resonates with you, please type 1 in the comments below. If it doesn't, type 0 so I know how to best serve your needs. Now, let's begin with the first thing you need to understand: why circulation naturally tends to decline after 60. Once you understand the real reason behind slower blood flow in that area, you'll see exactly why this simple daily habit can make such a powerful difference. First, let's discuss why circulation declines after 60. When a man sits across from me in my office, typically in his early 60s, perhaps retired, perhaps still working, I often hear a very familiar story. He tells me that 10 or 20 years ago, he never gave a second thought to his performance or his stamina. When he felt like being intimate, his body responded without hesitation. When he went for a walk, he never felt out of breath. But recently, he's been noticing some changes. Erections that used to be strong and effortless now take longer to achieve, if they happen at all. He's been feeling cold in his hands and feet. And sometimes, he even avoids intimacy because he's not sure his body will cooperate. I tell him what I'm about to tell you now. This isn't just about getting older. It's not simply bad luck. And it's certainly not something you just have to accept. What's actually happening is inside your blood vessels, specifically in the endothelium, that thin, delicate lining that controls how well your arteries open and close. Over time, this lining can become damaged. Poor diet, lack of regular exercise, chronic stress, and years of small, unnoticed inflammations slowly make your blood vessels stiffer and narrower. And because the arteries in the penis are among the smallest in the body, they're often the first to show signs of trouble. It's much like the plumbing in an older home. When the pipes become clogged or the valves stop working smoothly, the water can't flow the way it used to. And in your body, that water is blood. And without healthy blood flow, nothing functions as it should. Not your energy levels, not your confidence, and certainly not your intimate performance. But here's the good news, and it's what most men never hear from their own doctors. Your endothelium can actually be repaired. Your blood vessels can regain their flexibility. And the very first step toward reversing this doesn't require any medication or invasive procedures. It's something far simpler, something you can begin tomorrow morning, right in your own kitchen. In fact, when I share this with my patients, their initial reaction is often disbelief, that is, until they try it. And when they do, the results truly speak for themselves. So, let's talk about this often overlooked natural solution that can begin to restore your circulation and your confidence in ways you may not have even imagined possible. Second, let's discuss this overlooked natural solution. Over the years, I've had countless men come to me after trying every pill, powder, and procedure they could find. They've spent thousands of dollars searching for quick fixes that either didn't work at all or worked for a short time before the effects faded away. I can see the frustration in their eyes when they tell me, "Doctor, I've tried everything, But here's the truth. They haven't tried everything. Because most of the time, the simplest, most powerful solution has been sitting right there in their kitchen cabinet all along, gathering dust. That solution is pure, cold-pressed, extra virgin olive oil. I'm not talking about the cheap, blended stuff you find in plastic bottles under those bright lights at the grocery store. I'm referring to the dark glass-bottled, first cold-pressed, single-origin oil that's been valued for centuries as a cornerstone of the Mediterranean diet. This isn't just for cooking or salad dressing. It's a true medicinal food, packed with compounds that can transform your vascular health. I've seen it work in men who were ready to give up entirely. Within just a few weeks of adding only 1 spoonful to their morning routine, their energy improved, their blood pressure stabilized, and their confidence returned in ways they hadn't felt in years. And the science is there to back it up. Polyphenol, antioxidants, and healthy fats in high-quality olive oil help repair the endothelium, improve nitric oxide production, and keep your arteries flexible. And when your arteries are flexible, blood can flow exactly where it's needed, exactly when you want it to. It's such an easily overlooked solution precisely because it's so simple. People tend to expect complex answers, an expensive treatment, a cutting-edge therapy. But sometimes, the most profound changes come from returning to the basics, from nourishing your body with what it actually needs to function at its very best. The wonderful thing about this is that you don't have to wait months to start noticing small changes. And if you use it in the right way, those changes can grow into something truly life-changing. Which brings us to the most important question: how exactly do you take it to ensure that you get the maximum benefit every single morning? Third, let's discuss how extra virgin olive oil works to improve men's vitality. When I explain to a patient how extra virgin olive oil actually works inside the body, I often see the same reaction: a slow nod, a spark of understanding, and then the question, why hasn't anyone told me this before? The answer is that we often overlook the connection between what we eat and how well our most vital systems function, especially when it comes to male performance. But the truth is, extra virgin olive oil works on the very foundation of your sexual and overall vitality, your blood vessels and your hormones. At the heart of it is something called nitric oxide. This is the chemical signal your body uses to tell blood vessels to relax and open wide, allowing more blood to flow through. Without enough nitric oxide, even the strongest desire won't lead to a strong performance, simply because the blood can't get where it needs to go. The unique compounds in high-quality extra virgin olive oil, polyphenol like oleuropein and hydroxytyrosol, support and enhance nitric oxide production, almost like oiling the hinges on a rusty door so it can swing open freely again. But it doesn't stop there. The healthy monounsaturated fats in extra virgin olive oil also help stabilize your testosterone levels. Think of testosterone as the fuel for a man's energy, drive, and sexual function. Without enough of it, everything slows down. By giving your body the right kind of fats, you're providing the raw materials it needs to keep your hormones balanced. And there's another benefit most men don't realize. These fats help your body absorb vital fat-soluble vitamins like A, D, E, and K. These vitamins play key roles in everything from immune health to bone strength to cellular repair. In other words, every spoonful is not just working on one part of you, but on your whole system, creating a healthier, stronger foundation for every aspect of your life. Now, knowing how it works is one thing, but knowing how to take it for the best results is another entirely. And in the next section, I'll show you exactly how to use this simple oil each morning so it delivers maximum impact where you need it most. Fourth, let's discuss the correct way to take it. Over the years, I've learned that it's not just what you take, but how you take it that makes all the difference. I've seen men go out and buy a bottle of extra virgin olive oil after hearing about its benefits, only to come back weeks later saying, "Doctor, I don't feel any different." And when I ask how they've been using it, I find out they've been drizzling it over dinner, mixing it into heavy foods, or worse, using low-quality oil that's been stripped of its nutrients before it ever reached their kitchen. The truth is, the method matters just as much as the ingredient itself. If you want to feel the full impact, the first rule is quality. Choose 100% pure, first cold-pressed, single-origin, extra virgin olive oil stored in a dark glass bottle to protect it from light. If the label doesn't say those exact words, keep looking. The second rule is timing. Take it first thing in the morning on an empty stomach, before coffee, before breakfast, before anything else passes your lips. This allows your body to absorb the powerful polyphenol and healthy fats directly, without interference from other foods. But there are also simple ways to boost its effect even further. A small squeeze of fresh lemon juice can add a burst of vitamin C, which works hand in hand with the oil to support nitric oxide production. And a tiny pinch of freshly ground black pepper contains piperine, a natural compound that can enhance nutrient absorption. These small additions can make a good habit even more powerful. And finally, consistency is everything. This isn't something you try for a few days and then forget about. It's a daily ritual, a quiet act of self-care that builds results over time. The men who commit to it see the difference, not just in their circulation, but in their energy levels, their mood, and their confidence. Now that you know how to take it the right way, let's talk about why this simple ritual matters so much, not just for your body, but for your overall quality of life. That's where things get personal. Fifth, let's discuss the emotional connection and why this matters. I've had men sit in my office, lower their voices, and admit something they've never told anyone else. They tell me about the frustration of wanting intimacy but not being able to follow through. They share how they've started making excuses, avoiding situations where their performance might be tested, because the fear of failure feels even worse than the act of trying. And it's not just about sex, it's about identity. It's about feeling like the man you've always been, the man you want to continue being. When circulation declines, when your body stops responding as it once did, it chips away at more than just physical function. It can steal your confidence, strain your relationships, and quietly erode your sense of self-worth. I've seen marriages grow cold because a man didn't know how to talk about what was happening. I've seen men withdraw from social life because they no longer felt like themselves. And I've seen that spark return when they take small, deliberate steps toward reclaiming their vitality. This isn't about vanity, it's about connection to your partner, to your own sense of power, to the joy that comes from feeling strong and capable. The beauty of this morning ritual is that it's not just physical repair, it's a message to yourself that you still care, that you're still in the game, that you're willing to invest in your own well-being. Every spoonful is a choice to protect your health, restore your confidence, and keep your life vibrant. And here's the truth. Once you start feeling the change, it's not just you who notices. Your partner notices. Your friends notice. People see the energy in your face, the way you carry yourself, the way you engage with the world. Again, that's the kind of transformation that's worth fighting for. Of course, every tool has its limits, and even something this powerful works best when used wisely. So, before you start, there are a few important things you must know to ensure it's safe and truly effective for you. Sixth, let's discuss safety and some important notes. Over my 3 decades of working in men's health, I've learned something important. No matter how natural or beneficial a remedy may be, it's never a one-size-fits-all solution. I've had patients eager to start this morning ritual immediately. But before I give them the green light, we always have an honest conversation about safety. Because while extra virgin olive oil is one of the healthiest foods on earth, there are still situations where you need to proceed with care. If you have gallstones or certain digestive issues, taking oil on an empty stomach could cause discomfort or even trigger a problem. If you're on medication for heart disease, high blood pressure, diabetes, or other chronic conditions, it's essential to check with your doctor first. Even natural compounds can interact with prescription drugs in ways you might not expect. And if you've been diagnosed with serious vascular disease or advanced erectile dysfunction caused by nerve damage, you need a complete, personalized treatment plan. This alone will not replace that. Another point to remember is quality. I can't emphasize this enough. Using low-grade, blended, or refined oils is not just less effective, it can actually be harmful. Cheap oils are often stripped of their beneficial compounds, and sometimes even contaminated. The benefits we're talking about only come from high-quality, cold-pressed, single-origin, extra virgin olive oil stored properly to protect its potency. I also advise my patients to listen to their bodies. If you feel any discomfort, start small, half a teaspoon, and gradually increase. If it continues to bother you, take it with a light piece of toast instead of on an empty stomach. The goal is to help your body, not stress it. When approached with the right knowledge, This ritual can be a safe and powerful addition to your lifestyle. And when you combine safety with consistency, you set yourself up for the kind of results that truly last. Now, let's talk about a simple but often overlooked addition to this routine, one that can make the difference between good results and a truly remarkable transformation. Seventh, let's talk about a tweak to boost your results. Over the years, I've noticed that the men who see the fastest and most impressive results from this ritual aren't just the ones who take their spoonful of olive oil every morning. They're the ones who combine it with one small, deliberate action that sets their circulation into motion right away. It's a step so simple that most people overlook it. But when you do it immediately after taking your oil, it primes your blood vessels to open, your nitric oxide levels to rise, and your body to deliver those powerful nutrients exactly where they're needed. That step is movement. Not a long workout or anything complicated, just 5 minutes of light walking, preferably outside where you can get some fresh air. When you move your body right after taking your olive oil, you encourage blood flow to every part of your system, including down there. The walking acts like a pump, sending nutrient-rich blood through your arteries and helping your endothelium absorb the full benefit of the polyphenol and healthy fats you've just consumed. I've seen this combination work wonders for men in their 60s, 70s, and even 80s. It's as if their body is reminded each morning that it's still capable of vitality, that those pathways for circulation are still open for business. And because it's so easy, there's simply no reason not to do it. You don't need any special equipment, a gym membership, or a huge block of time, just your own 2 feet and the commitment to take that short walk. Think of it this way. The oil repairs and nourishes your blood vessels, while the walk activates and tests them, keeping them responsive and strong. Together, they create a 1-2 punch for better circulation, more energy, and improved performance. And when you take this simple combination and weave it into your daily life, you're not just improving your physical health, you're laying the foundation for something far more meaningful. In the conclusion, I'll show you how this small habit can ripple into every part of your life, giving you not just better circulation, but a richer, more confident, and more fulfilling way of living. In conclusion, gentlemen, we've covered a lot together, from understanding why circulation declines after 60 to uncovering the often overlooked power of extra virgin olive oil, to seeing exactly how and when to take it for maximum impact. We've talked about the science, but more importantly, we've talked about what this really means for you, your health, your confidence, your relationships, and your overall quality of life. I've seen men walk into my office feeling frustrated, defeated, and unsure if things could ever change. And I've watched them walk out months later with a spark in their eyes, standing taller, and living with more energy and pride. This is about more than just a teaspoon of oil. It's about proving to yourself that you still have the power to influence your own future. It's about reclaiming the parts of life that make it worth living, and refusing to let age dictate your story. So, start tomorrow morning. Take that spoonful, choose quality, stay consistent, and if you can, follow it with a few minutes of movement. You'll be giving your body the tools it needs to heal, and you'll be sending yourself a message every day that you're still in control, still strong, and still very much alive.